In the last video, I talked about secure presence and what it actually feels like in the body when someone is able to stay present with emotion without immediately reacting to it. This video is about something that confuses a lot of people in relationships, which is the difference between intensity and safety. Let's start with intensity. A lot of people assume that if a connection feels very strong, very emotional, very magnetic, that it must mean the relationship is meaningful, that the feelings must mean something important, or that the connection is somehow meant to be. But intensity and safety are not the same thing. In fact, sometimes the most intense relationships are the ones where safety is actually unstable. Intensity often comes from activation in the nervous system. When something feels uncertain, unpredictable, or emotionally charged, the body becomes more alert. Your thoughts move faster. Your emotions feel stronger. Your attention becomes more focused on the other person. Everything about the connection feels amplified. And that amplification can easily be mistaken for chemistry. You might think, this must be special. This must be deeper than anything else I felt. But sometimes what you're feeling is simply activation. Let me explain this in a simple way. Think about the difference between two environments. One environment feels calm, steady, predictable. You can breathe easily. There's no sense of threat or fear in your body. You don't feel like you have to watch for every signal. You can relax. The other environment feels different. It's less predictable. You don't fully know where you stand. The energy shifts. Sometimes the connection feels warm and open. Other times it suddenly feels distant or uncertain. And when that happens, your nervous system becomes more alert. You start paying closer attention. You read into tone. You notice small changes. Your emotions intensify. And that heightened attention can feel like attraction. But what you're actually experiencing is your nervous system trying to navigate uncertainty. When uncertainty is present, the body often moves into a state of alertness. Your heart rate increases. Your attention becomes narrow. Your thoughts become more focused. So the connection feels powerful, but power and safety are not always the same thing. Safety feels very different. Safety often feels quieter. The connection feels steady. You don't feel like you need to constantly analyze the interaction. Your body feels more relaxed around the other person. Your breathing stays easier. Your attention isn't scanning for signals. You're simply just present. Sometimes people mistake this calm feeling for lack of chemistry because it doesn't create the same emotional spikes. But that calm steadiness is actually what allows real intimacy to grow over time. This is one reason people sometimes leave stable relationships for the ones that feel more intense. The intense connection feels exciting, alive, emotionally powerful. But intensity alone doesn't sustain connection. Safety does. And when safety is missing, intensity often turns into instability. And that instability might look like more arguments, more defensiveness, more moments where one person feels misunderstood, more guardedness between both people. There's less attunement, less curiosity, less trust in the connection itself. Instead of feeling relaxed together, both nervous systems are constantly reacting. Healthy chemistry usually includes both elements. There can still be attraction, interest, excitement, but it exists within a foundation of emotional safety where both people feel like they're able to relax into the connection instead of constantly trying to manage it. When intensity and safety work together, connection deepens naturally. When intensity exists without safety, relationships often become cycles of closeness and distance. And understanding this difference can completely change how you interpret relationships. Instead of asking, why does this feel so intense? You begin asking a different question. Does this connection actually feel safe in my body? And that question often reveals more truth than intensity ever will. In the next video, I'll talk about how emotional regulation actually develops in relationships, because regulation isn't something people are simply born with. It's something that grows through experience, awareness, and the way two nervous systems interact over time.